Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deep Blue Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deep Blue Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 257. Today is Saturday, December 15th, 2018, and I'm glad I'm glad you could join me today. Whatever, I guess I'm glad that I'm joining you too, but... But, this might be, I don't even know what state of me would be joining you. It's more like past me is hanging out with present you. If we're okay with this, then I think it'll be alright. So, what would it be? It's been a very bonkers week. I have slept so terribly, it's not even funny. I was really sad because I ended up getting a phone call at 9:30 and I couldn't fall asleep. And then I ended up listening to the voicemail and then calling them back and scheduling to get my car fixed. I was like, no! So, it'll be okay, but I was so dead all day yesterday, and then as soon as I tried to go to sleep, I couldn't. It was crazy. So I ended up trying to sleep for a while, and then I ended up watching a lot of Vlogmas episodes. This has resulted in progress, but oh my gosh, hopefully the craziness doesn't continue for too much longer. So where should I begin? So I will start with an empty plastic bag. So this is the plastic bag that used to hold all of my small balls of acrylic, and it's empty right now because all of my small balls of acrylic are gone. I do have two larger balls of acrylic left. It's Lion Brand Homespun in a corally orange and a blue with purple in it. Whatever. So, as a result, I need to deal with that stuff later. It's not the time to deal with that stuff. So, I decided to knit a hat, with my acrylic scraps. So last week I showed you a hat band, and what would it be? If you go to my Instagram, Deepbluerenegade, I'm the same name everywhere. You'll also find my fractal art under Deepbluerenegade. I have some pictures of this totally bonkers steampunk projector hat I made as a part of a fun activity for the Christmas party for my department, and we won. It was also, or what would it be? The judges did realize that I was on the team because there was a knit item. So I have pictures of that on Instagram. But after I finished doing that, I decided that I wanted to make a scrappy hat. So I took every single scrap of yarn that I had left, because I'd sort of used up some of the harder colors. Excuse me. The hat band had the browns, the blacks, the yellows, the grays, and then some variegated colors. This hat, or what was sort of left after all of that, were many shades of red and blue, some purples and pinks that I ended up incorporating early, and then a lot of red and blue. What would it be? Some of this might actually even be from my first scarf in 2000, or what would it be, that I started Christmas 2002. I ended up ripping that first scarf out and starting all over again, but whatever. Who knows where that scarf went? It's super lost. And then I eventually got into some rainbow, and then some greens, and then I finished off with, I had some like chunky wool nylon that it was probably wool and acrylic gray that I ended up just splitting the plies on. And then I basically had run out of scraps at that point, so I incorporated a little bit of some very orphaned sock yarn. Let's see. Which I wound into a center pole ball, which I may need to rewind again because it's pretty sloppy now. So the socks, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Oh, it like separated from itself. Oh, this is gonna be such a hot mess later. So this is bamboo cotton silk yarn that I knit socks out of before the podcast started. These were socks that I worked on in Hawaii, and the socks have since been destroyed and discarded, so wouldn't recommend the panda silk for your feet. It's really lovely otherwise, and I thought it was going to be a faux isle yarn, and it turned out to just be wackadoodle variegated. So I put some held doubled into the hat to finish it off, because I figured that it needed like a little bit more blue and green at the top. So I guess I can throw it on. It's not like my hair's just whatever. It's not like I do a lot with my hair, guys, but there's something. So what's cool about it is that depending on how you wear it, you end up getting very different effects. So I would probably, so you can have it sort of point, and then sort of as you rotate it around, you keep on getting very different effects. So here would be a very different hat than the initial hat I put on. So it does fit really, really nice. It's plenty stretchy. I probably could have left it to be maybe a little bit smaller, but it's probably fine. It was really addictive to make. It was a very interesting design. I didn't end up getting the ebook. There is also a slouchy version of this pattern as well. So it would be, I don't even know how you would make it. See, she got me with, or whatever. So the pattern is Tensfield. It is a Martina Bem design. She's so clever. Oh look, I'm wearing another Martina Bem design, so she's so clever. I like her. I think that this turned out really cool. There are some places where, where there's, what would it be, a very obnoxiously small bright red stripe, but whatever. I'm pretty happy with it and how it turned out. So this is, what would it be, and what I ended up doing to sort of incorporate everything was just garter ridges of the stripes. So I decided to make the wrong side the outside because I thought that blended things together better. And you can see how many ends this has. This just bonkers with ends. At some point I realized that I just needed to magic knot everything. So, so then if you have the sort of the right side of garter facing outside, then you get a different effect as well. And had it not been a scrappy hat, I'm sure it would have been basically reversible. I ended up doing the 3-needle bind-off because I find 3-needle bind-offs to be quite gorgeous. So it just makes that little spot there maybe more bright. So it probably would have been reasonably attractive the other way too. It just seemed like I liked it a little bit more the other way. So after I sort of got into it, I decided which way I wanted to be the outside and went from there. So basically all of my acrylic is gone. And then it's just interesting to look and see all of the different sides of this. So super duper clever. And really fun to knit. So I was, what would it be? It may have been a source of insomnia. It just looks so cool. So that is a finished object. The other finished object I have is my doppelganger hat. So, but I am concerned that this is just like way too big. Or even if it was just a little bit too, like, it looks a little bit too big, but then there's like, it has positive ease. But it is gorgeous. It is exactly the hat I wanted to knit. It's just, I think I'm going to end up ripping back and going to, what would it be, less stitches. Contemplating, what would it be, actually going back to 130 stitches. Right now this is 150. So I knit until it seemed like I had enough yarn to bind off, and I misestimated, so I ripped back what I bound off and did another row, and this was how much leftover I had after that. But I think I want it to be right, so I think I'm gonna end up going back and doing it again. So, the way it is right now, I really actually like how this wears slouchy, but it's just so stretchy, that it's like, it's just barely on my head. But it's really cute. It just needs to be a little bit smaller. As you do. So I like the fabric, I like the drapes, so I'm probably going to use the same needles. And it's so nice to see that I have this hat again. So I can also wear it with a folded brim, which is how I tended to wear the original one, but you can sort of see up here like how it's not actually negative ease, so it's too much. And like, it's just so bonkers how stretchy this stupid thing is. It's like, ah. So I think I need to make it just a little bit smaller. So you can sort of see with this guy that the color blocks are, you can see lines. So the color blocks are actually fairly sharp on this guy. Which, I don't know, such is life. I was also debating if it may be interesting to do the tent field, but I think I would need to buy the sister pattern, because I would want this to be to have the potential to be a slouchy hat, or to be able to convert back and forth, which means I should just stick with the beanie and call it good. So that's probably what's going to end up happening. So it is a finished object now, but I'm betting it's going to be a finished object again. Oh my gosh. And I like really had left like this small amount of yarn left to knit for quite some time. And at that point I hadn't realized that it was just not nearly enough negative ease for me. So I think this is going to end up becoming a whip again. As you do. And now my hair is definitely crazy. So that'll end up back in the bag. So think in terms of my to-dos, what would it be? I need to put away my yarn for my mini dress. I need to take proper FO pictures of my mini dress as well. I discussed the biasing last week, didn't I? Yeah, no, it probably wasn't a... The biasing would have been fine had I made the original top I was planning to do. But I wore it and got compliments on it, so it's fine. So, not too crazy. Now, in terms of works in progress, obviously there's the, the fake faux. And I still need to get my breathing space onto the right size needles. So this cable is just way too long to start the neck. So as a result, I will need to transfer this. And it probably would have been a good task for yesterday, but I was sort of focused on finishing singles, so as you do. So I have my interchangeable set all ready to go. I just need to find the right cable and stick it on there. I did end up finding my mini interchangeable set so that I can, what would it be? So that was good. Not that I have a project that needs the minis right now, but that was good. At some point I will need to probably put together a post office run and maybe figure out a way to put together a post office run after the holidays, but we shall see. So I need to, what would it be, sort of sit down and catalog everything, and it's probably dangerous to have this yarn as a center pull ball because it's just so slick. So those are things that I will do a little bit later before I probably start furiously cleaning and preparing for all of the house guests that are coming. So I'm betting I will need to put away my lights while the house guests are around, and I probably won't be recording while everyone's around. Based on the feedback that I got, I will be doing a live stream of my Stash Flash. So I have a lot of fun doing the Stash Flash every year, and whatever. So I'll just make it a YouTube. I think I'll make it a YouTube live thing. I think that'll be the easiest, and I'll make sure that the sound works because that was lame last time. So here is what I got. You'll notice that I have two balls. That is because I have finished my supported spindling project. So this is my KCL Woodworks Super Combo, which can transform between a supported spindle and a drop spindle, depending on what tip you put on it. And it has 3 different shafts, so you can do multiple plies and then still use the same, effectively use the same spindle mass for all of them. And I ended up using the handle of my supported spindling bowl as a Nostipin, and that worked out really great. I wasn't super duper even on the splitting, which explains why this guy was going to be a little bit clunky at some point. So the plan is to, or my plan right now, I think, is to apply this bad boy on the wheel. Mostly just because it's way faster. It was a really great introduction to supported spindling, and I'm really happy that I took to it so quickly. This yarn is really sticking fine. That is why I wound it on an Ostapin. So I have a Stanwood Needlecraft ball winder, and while that's great for commercial yarn, it is not great for singles. So then I will be pulling from the outsides of these balls while I'm plying. And then when I run out of this one, which I figure to be inevitable, since it appears to be way, way smaller, then I will start pulling from the center of this guy too. So I have all the ends handy, so that shouldn't be a big deal. And I made some really dense, really dense balls. So while I was horrifyingly not asleep last night, I did finally finish the singles. And then once I'd finished the singles, then I was like, okay, I'm just going to sleep now and it'll be fine. So we shall see what yardage I get. It is definitely not the most consistent yarn I've ever spun. Part of that just has to do with the short staple, and part of it has to do with spinning long draw. So that was probably the right way to go. And I don't know how much I tried to pick out some of the veg that I had spun into it as I was winding it, but at some point it's just sort of impractical. Wherever I span, wherever I did spinning with it, generally the veg would fall out as I was drafting, and so then there would just sort of be this like little litter of hay in my lap. But not too crazy. And I might actually take off what I have on the wheel now to just quick ply this one, and then I can focus on finishing that project. I left all of that downstairs because I didn't really want to carry it up. I figured one shot was going to be the best way to go. But basically, I'm still working on my combo draft project, and I haven't made a lot of progress on the singles. I have been much more fascinated with hat knitting. and it's been super duper busy, so so I'm betting that everything actually will be finished by the next time that I record, so we shall see. So I think that's everything I want to cover. I just threw a lot of stuff into my bag, I think, because I want to put it away in preparation for the Sing Christmas extravaganza. There is no plan. Right now, yeah, no plan. So I think I'm just hoping for the double mother boost that will come from having my mom and my mother-in-law here. I think we're making specula cookies, so that's going to be speculas? Yeah, something like that. Which requires a springerly pin. So we shall see about that. It should be an adventure for sure. Yeah, no, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen from there. I'm sure it'll be fine. But we desperately need to clean. We have not been keeping up with it, so there are pine needles and leaves and dirt and all sorts of craziness everywhere. So I'm betting it's gonna be a little lame for the next day and a half. Good news is that, what is it? I have a potluck that I need to go to, so that should be easy. The rest will be more challenging, I think. So, I know, so, all sorts of Christmas craziness. If I look here, yeah, no, so, what would it be? I believe that my in-laws are coming the 19th, my mom is coming the 22nd, my dad is coming the 24th, or the 23rd. I guess I haven't, or would it be? Whatever. And then, my husband's friend is coming the 24th, and we will probably have some sort of hoo-ha on the 25th with other people who are local, and then people start slowly but surely drifting away after that. So, I might be able to record the 29th. I will plan to record a live episode on the 1st, so the 29th or 30th, or whatever. We'll see how crazy it turns out to be. Anything else? I can't think of anything else. So, maybe recording the 29th, we'll see. Definitely not recording the 22nd. Probably, or what would it be, only taking 1 or 2 days of vacation. So some of the days are automatic days, so that's not like a big deal, but trying to save it up, and it's a little bit challenging right now. So, I think that's everything. So, I hope you guys have a lovely next couple of weeks. Have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.